Well, thanks very much for tuning in. I'm Nicholas Reid from Reid Corporate, and it's absolutely fantastic to have Firetail Resources, ASX code FTL, and Glenn Poole, the Managing Director, joining us hot on the heels of some exciting news. The company's just secured two high-grade US gold projects in Nevada and South Dakota, and Glenn's, in fact, joining us from site in South Dakota. There, you can see Mount Rushmore in the background. Glenn, welcome.
Cheers, Nick. Pleasure to be here.
Then tell us about why you've decided to diversify into high-grade gold in the US.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the gold price is still at historic highs, and while copper is still doing very well, getting exposure to this current gold market is amazing, and leveraging off the experience of the board management team, which is gold in spades, it made sense.
So tell us about these two projects, one in Nevada, one in South Dakota. How did you find them, and what have you actually bought here?
So we've been looking at assets across the Americas for a while. It's a bit of an untapped market. People, not as likely to head offshore, but the opportunities are there. So in Nevada, it's part of a greater trend similar to what we see in Western Australia or even on the East Coast of huge gold deposits within a localized trend. So what we've got there is a structurally hosted gold deposit, historic production on it. There's drilling that proves that there's gold from surface. Still very shallow in terms of its drill testing, and strike sort of over 3 kilometres long with no mineralisation. In an area that I could only liken to Western Australia in terms of its terrain and amenableness to mining.
So the project that you're at the moment, Bella, you're next to one of the great gold mines globally ever, the Homestake mine. What a location. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. So this is one of these sort of geological unicorns that exists. So we've got some amazing geology that has proven to host, and it's still, we've got people working up the road in like Dakota Gold and Kerr with the Wharf mine, actively mining the same lithology we've got covering over our ground. People can see that we've got some great gold hanging out the ground at surface. There has been drilling done to prove that it does exist at depth as well. The patent ground, which hosts the standby mine, is one of those ones where they started with a small open pit and then went straight underground and extracted up to 50,000 ounces. So again, proven producer. There's lots of other small mines popping up around the area. People are getting a lot of interest. So it's an exciting place to be at the moment.
And how is this deal structured, Glenn? Tell us about what you're paying for these projects.
So all in all for both, it's around 3.7 million. So 900 of that is cash, and the other part is shares. So it keeps the register still pretty tight. They're cognizant that their upside comes on the back of this entering an ASX vehicle in a market that is strongly supported in terms of the gold space.
Yeah, so part shares, so they get exposure to Firetail and the upside, and obviously a lot happening in the gold space on the ASX at the moment. So a good time to be doing these sorts of deals.
Absolutely.
And tell us when you expect to be able to get on the ground over there, Glenn, and when will the deal complete?
So this one is going to a shareholder vote. We obviously want the shareholders to have a say in how the company is trajectory and where it's heading. Permitting in Nevada is very good, so it's a matter of a month of telling them what we're doing, get the notice of intent, and it's just sort of deciding where to put the drill holes. I mean, there's such a broad trend and amazing target, putting the drill holes in the right spot. Up at Bella, there's that many targets that we need to actually sort of go deep into defining those, distilling those. We're targeting very high grade, narrow shoots of gold that host triple digit gold grades. So there'll be a bit more work to decide which projects get the attention up here. But again, on patent ground, that is a 45 to 60 day process to get on the ground.
Thanks, Glenn. And just a couple of final ones. You're off to Peru. Tell us what's happening over there at your Picha project, and what's going on with the BHP Explore Alliance.
Yes, that's right. So we're geophysics on the ground at the moment. So got lots of geophysics crews working at the moment to generate that coverage across that Antikilka target to the north, as well as the geochemistry we've got going on. So I'm heading down there, get my hands and boots on the ground on this target, and really get around the guys and give them all the support they need to move forward. The Explore program is progressing very well. We meet up again at the start of July for another boot camp, and then that's when we start sort of progressing our exploration plans, start demonstrating our results, and get everyone excited about what we're seeing out there. I'm already excited of what we knew before we started this program, and it's just taken leaps and bounds since then.
And in Canada, Skyline, you've got programs, geophysics, I think, happening at the moment. What's the latest from the Skyline project?
Yes, that's right. So the 3DIP is underway. We're getting, really distilling down. We want to put the drill holes in the ground on that governor's target. We've had prospecting across the wider northern tenement package, following up on those EM targets as well. We expect to get the results for that out in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So it's just a case of getting those targets process generated so we can plan that drilling to really pinpoint where we want to put those drill holes for this next drill program.
Glenn, thanks very much for joining us. Exciting times for Firetail Resources. Two new high-grade gold projects in the portfolio and lots of news flow to come. Glenn, thanks for your time.
No worries. Absolute pleasure.